Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Ormark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we're going to do a very simple card, but using some of the lovely designer series paper. And these are two examples from the annual catalogue, which is available now. And there will be a link down below in the description box. And one of my absolute favourites is this one, which is the hand-penned petals suite. And this paper is just absolutely beautiful because you've got, let me just show you some of it. You've got these lovely, really sort of feminine florals on one side, which are just beautiful. You know, hand-drawn, beautiful colours, and, you know, they work absolutely perfectly as small pieces, large pieces. We're going to use some tiny weeny pieces, but, you know, look at all of these sort of lovely meadows and, again, beautiful blues things. I just love them. And then on the other side, you've got some really nice pastels. So you've got ones that will work perfectly as backgrounds, lots of different colours. And as I say, I really like these papers. They are just, as always, the quality of the papers are second to none, double-sided. And then we've got this one, which is a what they call a speciality, because it means that one side you've got golds and look at this one, coppers, and you've got a real nice sort of black mix on there. There's this one's got copper, gold and silver. This one's got gold. You've got this one, and you know, perfect sort of Christmas time. But if you turn it onto the other side, you've got some lovely blacks and greys and, as I say, make perfect masculine cards. I've done a very simple one using a few papers. This you can stamp on. Again, another lovely black and again, sort of, you know, a patterned one. So really lovely papers, and this you can do with any papers you want. I'm choosing to do it with the new papers because what I want to do is to show that you can, particularly if you're wanting to showcase papers. So, you know, if you're wanting to send cards out to friends and customers and sort of show just a little bit of what the papers are like, then a card showing some of them off is a really good idea. And I'm just going to, sorry, making this scratchy noise, I'm just going to get a couple of pieces out because that's what we're using. Sorry, I'm trying to get them out of the bags because this is what I've been using. Now, quite often when we cut down our card, we end up with little bits and things over. So these ones I've been doing, as you can see, I've been working on various different cards and things and projects, and I always end up with, you know, little tiny pieces that are over. Now these are specifically 1 inch. So they're 1 inch strips. And with these, all you're going to do is to cut them down into what we call inchies. So basically with a, just take some of those up on here, with your paper trimmer, you just need to line it up at your inch mark, which is quite difficult for me underneath my camera, but hopefully it'll work. And then you're just going to cut them into 1 inch strips. So for this particular card, we are going to use, I think it's 12, but good idea to just cut them down. And the nice thing is, I'm only going to do a couple on there to just show you. The great thing about these is that you can obviously show off both sides of your paper. So they work really well, and as I say, you can show all of your papers. So I'm going to, I've actually almost laid this out so we can just sort of put it together. And what I've done is, because they are, I'm going to put it onto black, because they are 1-inch squares, they will fit into whatever size of your cardstock. Just sort of spread it out so that they fit sort of nicely. Now you'll notice in this one, which I said some of the plain ones you can stamp on, I've just put "It's Your Day" because I thought this would work as a masculine card. Now, for trying to get these in so that they work where you want them to and they line up fairly well, the first thing I tend to do is I will take the top one that I want to work with, and I will, let's just put a little bit of glue in here. That's got a nice black piece on there. I use wet glue because it allows that little bit of wiggle room if I haven't got it exactly right. And then I'm going to put it down where I want it. Now obviously the space at the top and the bottom is going to be larger because it's not exactly the right size. So if that sort of thing bothers you, then, you know, you can cut your size down and work out exact measurements. But I think, you know, little inchies are quite good for showing off, and they're a very easy, quick and simple way. So again, I'm just going to take the same distance in on there and to the side, and then we can put this one down. So you've done both of your corners first. Then if you take your second corner, so we'll take this one from the top, so we want this to go roughly in the middle, but I'm doing this one first because by doing it that way you can then make sure that you are perfectly balanced, and it's about getting it balanced both sides. So with this one I need to put it with the distance I want at the side and the distance from the top. So we'll put it down there like that. And then we can put this one in the middle. So that then gives us the lines that we want to follow. And as I say, I've just put them fairly randomly. I try not to have them too exact in the patterns. I just look at patterns and go, oh, I quite like that. I haven't used that side. So on, we've done the top and we've done this bottom we need to do on here. So again, I do try and get, as I say, corners and things done first, because that will then line them up so that your middles will just go in. So if we put this one on there, and then we'll have that one in on the middle. But there are so many different papers that we can do this with, and it is a really rather fun way to, let's get that one in on there. It's quite a fun way to you know, have just using different papers. And as I say, if you're sending them off to friends and people, and you know, you might want to, oh no, I've done that side on this one, so that's okay. We'll have to turn the other one over on the other bit. So I'm just trying to get my gaps in between on here fairly sort of straight. And then we'll have this one in on here. So as I say, sort of work round so that you can then have your gaps and distances relatively straight. As I say, I'm doing this sort of underneath my light, so I can't get my head on top, but it's a good way of working out from one side to the other where you want things to go. So we want this one coming down on that side. And I need to turn that one over because I've got that one twice on there. The only two on here that I've got twice is the really rather nice one that I liked, which was the trying to talk and stick at the same time, which is the this one, which has got the copper on. There you are, that'll work fine that way. So we can have this one now in the middle. And you can put it any direction you want really on these papers. Some of them are more sort of directional than others, but I think it works really quite well. So we've got this one down. I'll have this one in on the corner. And then I've just got the little sentiment. So it is literally just a very simple, there's no layers or fanciness on there. You could do if you wanted to, but to show you, as I say, a very simple way, and I've just put "It's Your Day," and this would work quite well for a masculine card because they're fairly neutral, but as I say, quite detailed patterned paper. And then you just need to put it onto a black card base. Okay, so you've now got a really lovely, very simple, very easy little card. And I've also done another one to show you the difference between a masculine and or a fairly sort of striking. The blacks and the golds and things are quite striking colours. I am going to cut my background out, so I'm not going to stick that down. And then you've got this one, which again I've done in the other papers, backed it on to Highland Heather because I matched those up, but you could take any colours you wanted, would give a different look. And that gives you another feel. So don't throw away these little scraps. But also, if you're wanting to show people and you don't want to buy tons and tons and tons of paper to do big paper shares and things like that, a little simple card like that with a thank you will show and demonstrate some of the papers just in little one-to-one pieces. So I hope you enjoyed that. As always, please stay safe and well, and please be kind. Look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.